Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is a quick review of nut riveter. So the tool comes itself in a plastic box like that, and everything is well organized. The first thing you will find the user manual, and it is well illustrated with images over it. And under that manual there is a tool itself along with some attachment. So before jumping to the quick review, let's have a quick look onto the box content. So this is the actual tool itself, and it is very well built, and all of these kind of tool have same look, feel and aesthetics. So the handle have a rubberized grip over it, and the bars itself are quite solid enough, and I think if you're going to apply a lot of force, then it will never going to deform at all. So this dome kind of a shape is called the sheath, and to use the gun you need to install these nut stems into that sheath, and from thereafter you have to mount it onto this plunger, and when you open and close those handles, that plungers go in and out and also stretch the nut. So this is the nut stem in which you need to attach the rivet nut, and the nut mounted around that stem is actually act as a stopper block when you apply the force, and that force is going to be diverted onto the nut itself, and those splines area are going to be crushed or squeezed, and your nut gets securely riveted around that hole. So these are called locking pins, which actually connect that plunger to these nut stem, and this is the hole onto the plunger with which you have to connect this by inserting the stem into that hole first, and then align those holes and then put the pin inside those holes to connect them together. So this is the little wrench come along in this kit, which you can use to remove the pin, and also you can use it to tighten or loosen the stem around that sheath. The locking mechanism of the stem is pretty simple. There is a ball inside it which get fitted in this groove when you insert the pin into the hole. The locking mechanism is a three-part construction: the bearing, the spring and the grub screw. You have to insert the bearing first, and from thereafter the spring, and then insert the grub screw, and make sure not to over tighten the grub screw, otherwise that locking mechanism will not work. The stem directly connected to this knob, and the main purpose of this knob is to remove the tool once the work has been completed. In some of the brands this knob comes a lot more longer, and I think that one have a lot more advantage over this, because sometimes the stem get locked to the nut quite securely, so that longer handle will provide you a lot more torque during the unscrewing process. For the demonstration I'm using this M5 nut stem along with this M5 nut rivet. The use of this tool is a lot more simple. You just need to widen up the handles and then screw the nut into the stem, and from thereafter you will see that these spline area is going to be crushed when you are going to apply the force. So now you will see that when I'm going to apply the force, these spline area are going to be squeezed out. And here you can see that what happened to those spline areas. It gets completely squeezed. And again, just rotate the knob anti-clockwise and your tool is free. So this is a little speed test which I performed onto a piece of stainless steel pipe, and this will show you the difference between threading a pipe and using a rivet nut. So you can see that it took around 1 minute and 45 seconds to thread down this pipe, and I think if it's a big project then it will surely a lot more time, but now we will compare it with this rivet gun. So just like the tap, I already mounted the nut into the stem and just insert it into the hole, and with one squeeze the nut gets connected to the pipe. And you can clearly see the difference between the time. It took around 16 seconds, and I think if you are working on a pretty big project with multiple holes, and if you do a comparison, then I think a nut riveter will ease your work a lot much better. And you can clearly see that we get a lot more higher threads in nut riveter compared to that normal threading onto the stainless pipe. And I think if you are doing a lot of sheet metal work or a work in which a lot more tapping needs to be done, then nut riveter is a huge time saver for you guys. And second example I'm going to give you over this piece of a stainless steel sheet, which I'm going to fit over my 3-in-1 CNC. The main purpose of installing this cover plate is to protect the board from the aluminum chips, which most often fall over this area during the machining process. So I don't want to lose this duet board, and I think this situation is also a good example to test this tool. Overall sir, this is extremely useful tool in your workshop, and if you didn't have one of these, then definitely go and grab a nut riveter, which will surely ease your work. So if you like this video, then definitely hit the subscribe and like the video, and I will catch you in the next review. Till then, have a great day.